News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Smitty's Cards and Coins. Would you like to know what your collectibles are worth? Come by 2281 Postal Road, Unit 4, across from the post office.
Tonight on News 46, new information is released regarding a robbery. And Terrible's Roadhouse is open for business. And Crab Fest is coming your way. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, March 3rd, 2015. I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46. Well, new information has been released about the armed home invasion robbery that occurred on Wilson Street.
This past Saturday, the Nye County Sheriff's Office investigated an armed robbery which occurred at an address here in Pahrump. It involved 2 elderly victims and their disabled daughter. During the course of the investigation, 3 suspects were identified as Carl Fort, Sean Newbert, and William Jones. Fort and Newbert were arrested and booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center and are being held on numerous felony charges. William Jones escaped apprehension and is currently at large. A warrant for his arrest has been issued. News 46 received a message yesterday from a resident who identified the suspects as Kirby vacuum cleaner salesmen. We sent this tip to the Nye County Sheriff's Office, and the Sheriff's Office did confirm that, in fact, the 3 suspects were employed selling Kirby vacuum cleaners in the Pahrump area door to door. The suspects have allegedly come into contact with many local residents. The investigators have made contact with the local Kirby distribution company, whose owners actively are cooperating with the investigation in order to help ensure the safety of our residents and customers. It should be noted that Newbert and Fort are no longer employed with the company, and the owners will be terminating Jones as well. Investigators are asking the public to notify the Nye County Sheriff's Office immediately if you have any information as to the whereabouts of William Jones. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And again, the number of the Nye County Sheriff's Office is 751-7000. You can remain anonymous. And a man by the name of Michael Brown has been taken into custody for petty larceny. Last week, the Nye County Sheriff's Office received a report of a burglary that occurred at a residence on Bank Avenue. The victims witnessed the man leaving their home as they arrived, according to the report. Brown allegedly had entered the home via a window, ransacked the house, and ate $250 worth of food. Brown is also the suspect in another burglary where his clothing and cell phone were left behind, according to police. Michael Brown has been arrested and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. Well, humanitarian and philanthropist Andre Butch Harper passed away suddenly last week. A memorial service was held at the Pahrump Nugget on Saturday. Here are some of the highlights of the event.
We do celebrate and we do mourn. Is when we mourn is when the celebration can come out in the memories and the joy.
I speak about Butch in the present tense, not in the past, because I can see just from looking out at all of you that he touched all of you very deeply.
He was my neighbor. He was my best friend. I didn't have to worry about what was happening in the neighborhood as long as he was there.
We're both veterans, and we talked about that. And we talked about patches. Yes, Butch asked me for patches as well. And in many of his collages are some of my patches.
All of us in Pahrump and Nye County had lost a good friend, an advocate, and a leader.
What you leave behind is not
engraved on stone monuments, but woven into the lives of others. And that's Butch. And so our community is grateful for it.
All you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. You got a friend.
And we ask you to grant us the grace to be able to go out, to do the things that he taught us. He taught us how to walk the walk, not just talk the talk. And now as we leave here, Lord, give us that grace to allow us to go out and love and serve our fellow man.
In the coming days, we will have the majority of the memorial service uploaded to our YouTube site, which is KPVM-41. If you would like to help in donating to the Act of Kindness Award, call Deanna O'Donnell here at KPVM-TV. The phone number is 727-9400, extension 201. Or you can email Deanna at deanna@kpvm.tv. You can also go to Andre Butch Harper Volunteer Corp Facebook page to help others. And after this break, find out which long-awaited casino finally opened.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back to News 46. Well, the long-awaited Terrible's Roadhouse opened for business over the weekend. The former Mountain View Casino on Pahrump Valley Boulevard was packed with excited customers wanting to see a glimpse of the revamped casino. The Roadhouse features a new kitchen called the Moonshine's Cafe, which officially opens at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Well, a Justice Department civil rights investigation has concluded that the Ferguson Police Department and the city's municipal court engaged in a pattern of practice of discrimination against African Americans, targeting them disproportionately for traffic stops, use of force, and jail sentences. The probe is the result of an investigation ordered by Attorney General Eric Holder after the police shooting that killed Michael Brown last summer. Among the findings from 2012 to 2014, 85% of people subject to vehicle stops by Ferguson police were African American. 90% of those who received citations were black, and 93% of people arrested were black. This while 67% of Ferguson population is black. In 88% of the cases in which the Ferguson police reported using force, it was against African Americans. During the period 2012 to 2014, black drivers were twice as likely as white drivers to be searched during traffic stops, but 26% less likely to be found in possession of a contraband. 95% of blacks were disproportionately more likely to be cited for minor infractions. And the Casa Crab Fest will be held this Saturday night.
This is our 4th annual Crab Fest at the Coalition. We've done it 3 years at the Coalition and 1 year at another location, but the Coalition is perfect because they have that big kitchen that we can use for all that fabulous imported crab that's coming in the day before from the Pacific Northwest.
Brian Kunze's bringing it in. I know he's kind of a specialist with it.
Yes, Brian. Brian is the crab specialist, and he's chaired the event, and he does an amazing job. He even goes to the airport and picks up the crab for us, and he teaches everyone how to eat crab if you haven't done it before. We also have chicken. You know, I've had some people say, well, I don't eat crab, but my husband loves it, or vice versa. And, you know, you can have chicken too, and it's all delicious, prepared by Laura Osland, wonderful caterer.
This is all at Nye Communities Coalition, like you spoke about. The public's invited. This is a big fundraiser, isn't it?
It is a big fundraiser, and our tickets this year are $50. Unfortunately, the price of crab has skyrocketed, and we do import it. So we give it to the people for the lowest price we possibly can, and still make some money for CASA.
And so do they need to get tickets ahead of time, or can they get them at the door?
I would rather ahead of time. We really do not want to sell tickets at the door. And the reason is that we have to order it in advance. And so there is a deadline for ticket purchase, and that is Friday, the 7th of March.
So people need to get in touch with you now?
Yeah, absolutely. Call 775-513-9514.
And once again, the date and time for the Crab Fest.
March 14th, 6 p.m.
And find out what's happening with the Department of Homeland Security after these messages.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444.
Welcome back. Well, the House cleared legislation today that will keep the Department of Homeland Security operating through the end of September after a standoff last week threatened to shutter the agency and furlough thousands of workers. The 257 to 167 vote sends the bill to President Barack Obama for his signature. And here's Alicia Cook from the new Outer U with some beauty tips concerning base foundation.
Base color is what you're going to use on your base on your face for blending in, say, spots or bags, heaven help us, bags under our eyes, dark circles under our eyes, for smoothing out our skin texture and giving us a more smooth look and appearance, or maybe dulling out too much shine, or maybe adding a little shine if your skin has a dull appearance. So your base makeup is the base. It's what you're going to put on first before you put on your blusher or your bronzer, whichever you prefer to use.
I've noticed recently that a lot of stars are using a shiny base. You seem to notice that a lot lately in some of the awards ceremonies. Is that to make them look younger, and what is that?
It does. It gives a more youthful appeal, and a lot of times it is, if it's a very good line and a very good quality, it's going to blend in our blemishes, and it's going to help bring a more youthful shine to the face. It's not for everyone.
Yeah, because some people powder and then some people don't. So, and I've noticed the trend is right now not powdering, or at least doing it where you have kind of a healthy shine.
Actually, it is more leaning towards more of the powdering at this time, but it's more of a mineral-based powder. The mineral-based makeups, the mineral-based powders have come a long way, and they're very popular right now. One of my personal favorites is the Bare Essentials. It is a little bit more for it, but factory offers for them. If you don't want to go online and get it or use their toll-free number, then you can always get them at Sephora.
They have generic
mineral-based.
Mineral-based.
Some of the generics are nice. I haven't worked with all of them on the market. I have tried a few of them out there, and they're very nice. Once again, it depends on your skin coloring, your skin texture, and the quality of the mineral-based makeup. Because some of them, let's face it, you're going to get what you pay for. And the less it is, well, the less chance you're going to have of a good quality.
For more information, call the new Outer U. What's the number?
751-1116.
And we want to say a special happy birthday to Beth Bromley and happy birthday to the Navy Reserve. Today marks the centennial anniversary of the Navy Reserve. March 3rd begins a year-long celebration with a series of events starting in Washington, D.C. and continuing at installations around the country. The events will highlight the history of the Navy Reserve and the remarkable contributions Reserve sailors have made to the nation's security. And when we return, we will have your weather with Noah Began, so don't go anywhere.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Tuesday, March 3rd. Today we had mostly partly cloudy skies. I know we saw some crazy weather up here this afternoon, though. It started to hail a little bit. Well, today we had a high of 56 degrees. Your average temperature this time of year is 67 degrees, about 11 degrees above that. Winds were coming from the northwest today at 6 miles per hour with gusts up to 23 miles per hour. Again, we saw some crazier winds coming in this afternoon. We had a UV index today of 2, which is low. Humidity was at 35% today. Sunrise was at 6:13 this morning, and the record high back in 1972 was 85 degrees. Well, tonight we'll have clear skies with a low of 31 degrees. Your average temperature this time of year is 47 degrees. Winds will be coming from the north-northeast at 7 miles per hour with a gust up to 13 miles per hour. Humidity will be around 56%. Sunset should be around 5:41 this evening, and the record low back in 1971 was 23 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have sunny skies with a high of 58 degrees and a low of 31 degrees. Winds will be coming from the northeast at 6 miles per hour with gusts up to 12 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 31%. Sunrise should be at 6:11 tomorrow morning, and the UV index will be 5, which is moderate. For our 7-day forecast, we have sunshine almost all the way across the board. We might be seeing some mostly sunny skies next Tuesday. Your high temperatures will be starting off in the high 50s this week. Your low temperatures, you'll be looking at a similar pattern. It'll be starting off in the low 30s at 31 degrees tomorrow, going up into the high 40s around next Tuesday.
And thank you, Noah, for that weather update. Well, AARP tax aid volunteers do taxes at the Pahrump Community Library during tax season every Friday starting now through April 10th, free of charge. The phone number to call for an appointment is 537-4009. And there will be a St. Patrick's Day dance at the Pahrump Senior Center Saturday, March 14th from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. Tickets are $10 per person. There will be hors d'oeuvres and buffet dinner, drinks, raffles, 50-50 drawing, live music, dancing, and lots of fun. For more information, call Pahrump Senior Center at 727-5008. Well, folks, that does it for this edition of News 46. I'm Monique Mitchell, and from everyone up here at News 46, we wish our viewers and KA 95.9 listeners a great evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow. Until then, good night.